Okay, when I say the word investing, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Probably stocks, right? Maybe real estate. But what if the most powerful asset you could ever invest in has absolutely nothing to do with either? Today, we're going to explore a real game-changing idea that flips the script from buying assets to building them. We're talking about the power of ownership.
So what is it? What's the most powerful investment you can make? Well, it's not about buying into something someone else already created. It's about you becoming the creator. All right, let's break this down. Traditional investing, that's buying into someone else's system, their company, their property. But ownership investing, that's a whole different animal. It's about building assets from your own ideas, your own intellectual property. You're not asking for permission to play. You're creating the entire game from scratch.
And the story we're about to dive into, it's not just some celebrity success story. Don't get it twisted. This is a masterclass in a huge power shift, moving from asking, "Can I?" to declaring, "I will."
A shift this big usually starts with one single moment, a real awakening. Let's call it the why not you moment. So picture this. The artist is Ciara, and by this point, she is already a massive star. We're talking albums sold, awards on the shelf, global recognition, the whole 9 yards. She walks into a big meeting with her record label, totally hyped, ready to pitch her vision for this new, high-energy song called Level Up.
And what did she get? Crickets. The response was, well, it was a hard no. The label execs were totally discouraging. They just didn't get it. They didn't believe in the song. For a lot of artists, that's where the story would have just ended.
But instead of just packing it in, Ciara had this incredibly profound realization. And it perfectly captures this whole mindset shift. If they don't see the vision, maybe it's not theirs to own. Wow, that one thought just changed everything.
So she took that idea and she turned it inward, asking herself a question that basically became her new investment thesis. Why not you? Why shouldn't you own the work? Why shouldn't you fund the vision? Why aren't you the one calling the shots?
And that question right there led her to the first pillar of her brand new strategy, a simple but incredibly powerful financial truth. Owning always, always beats just earning.
And listen, she didn't just sit around and think about it. She took action, like immediately. In 2017, she founded her own company, Beauty Marks Entertainment. This wasn't just some vanity project. It was a full-on declaration of independence. She actually took back control of her master recordings and then decided to finance Level Up completely on her own dime.
And this move, it really highlights a crucial difference in how money works. See, earning is usually a one-time thing, a paycheck for a gig. But owning? Owning creates continuous returns. Instead of just a fee, you get royalties. Instead of a salary, you're building equity. You go from being the featured talent to being the founder.
So what was the result of her betting on herself? Oh, nothing major. Level Up just went nearly 4 times platinum. This wasn't luck. This was proof that her vision had incredible value. And because she owned the asset, she got all the rewards, not just some tiny little slice.
But she didn't stop there. Come on, true owners never put all their eggs in one basket. They diversify their power, just like a savvy portfolio manager diversifies their investments.
And look at this. This isn't just a random list of brand deals. This is strategic portfolio construction. We're talking a skincare line, a fashion house, an equity stake in a rum company. She even expanded into publishing and started taking seats on corporate boards. Every single one of these became another pillar in her ownership empire.
So here's the key lesson, right? True, sustainable wealth isn't built on one hit song or one successful business. It's built on multiple, independent pillars. Diversifying isn't just a smart money move, it's a survival strategy. Now there was one more crucial investment she made, the one that really propped up all the others. She invested in her own mind, because she understood that knowledge is the ultimate form of leverage. Think about it. Ownership without knowledge is really fragile. So, what did she do? She enrolled in and actually completed a program at Harvard Business School. She wasn't content just being the talent. She wanted to understand the entire machine.
And this business literacy, it gave her real leverage. It meant she could finally understand how these complex deals are put together, how intellectual property actually works, and how to negotiate for equity, not just a paycheck. She learned to read contracts like a CEO because you can't protect what you don't understand. So, what does all of this mean for you? Well, Ciara's story gives us a really powerful blueprint for shifting our own mindset towards ownership. It really just comes down to a reframe, a series of conscious choices. Choosing ownership over a round of applause, choosing equity over some fleeting exposure, and choosing to trust your own vision instead of waiting around for someone else's validation.
So I want you to really think about this for a second. Where in your life are you just renting your power instead of owning it? Is it with your ideas, your unique expertise? Is it your own time? What would really change if you started building for ownership?
Ultimately, it's about changing the fundamental question you ask yourself. You have to stop asking that passive, permission-seeking question, will they let me? And you start asking the active, powerful question, why not me?
That's the real takeaway here. Ciara didn't just level up her career, she leveled up her entire position, from talent to owner. And the most powerful investment you can ever make is the decision that you are allowed to be in control. So go on, ask yourself, why not you?